most accurate forecast with Alana Brophy. Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
All right, Alana, still felt like a little bit on the cooler side today, but plenty of sunshine.
Oh, we like that vitamin D, right? That sunshine comes through, warms us up. Spring sunshine, but yes, below average. We take that live look from South Jordan. Hard pressed to find a cloud out there today. That's what happens when high pressure sets up. But temperatures still running cool. 40s along the Wasatch Front. West Jordan in the upper 40s. 54 in Moab right now. We've got 50s down the I-15 corridor, and we've struggled to hit 70 in St. George. And that's below average for the southern portion of the state as that cold front opened the door for cooler air. Still a bit breezy, but those gusty conditions, they're gone. Warming trend in control. I'll tell you when that really kicks in and how long it sticks around. I'm also going to walk you through our next chance at a storm because you know there is one. Springtime brings those active skies. Eastern side of the state, Moab, blue sky there. They're working on that Utah State University campus. It's coming along, but the winds have relaxed in the area. High pressure really dominating the west. We don't have much going on. We push that system to the east, and now very quiet conditions, which means clear skies into tonight. That's going to get a little chilly yet again. It was cold this morning. 48 right now in Salt Lake. We'll hold on to those 40s for the next several hours with mostly clear conditions and overnight lows dipping back into the 30s. In Salt Lake again, we did drop below freezing. And we know eastern Utah got real cold, and they even have a freeze warning in effect for tomorrow as well. So 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. for the Basin, Moab, and all the way down through the Four Corners area. That does include Blanding, Mexican Hat Bluff. Just know those numbers will be dropping into the mid-20s. You want to cover sensitive vegetation if you live in that area. I know a lot of folks head this way for spring camping, but tonight is going to be a cold one. You just hope everyone has their layers. Chilly into tonight after the sunshine for today. Tomorrow, warming trend really starts to help us out temperature-wise. We're going to bounce back to average, so we're looking at those low 60s in the north. By Friday, it's going to be pleasant. This is when we're underneath the middle of the ridge, and that will bring above average temperatures. Friday's going to be the pick day of the next few. It's going to be really nice with those numbers coming up in the low 70s. So that ridge of high pressure builds and then tracks east through the desert southwest. We start to increase clouds as we make it through the weekend. That's when those changes really start to become noticeable. We'll be cooler, more cloud cover, and then into next week, we get stormy conditions. And with colder air, we're looking at the possibility of another spring snow event early next week. So heads up, could get sloppy. 50s and 60s for tomorrow. 20s and 30s for those overnight lows. Cold on the eastern border of the state where you're looking at 20s for those lows. Below freezing in Cedar. We'll get to 80 in St. George. As we zoom in, you take a look and find your city, and you're going to notice those numbers in the north and in our mountain valleys getting back into the low 50s. Still cold in places like Park City overnight and Heber. We see right around freezing for the Tooele Valley. And up north in Cache Valley, it's going to be cold with another night in the 20s. 50s and 60s in central Utah with mostly sunny skies and that high pressure in control. Down south, depending on your elevation, you're taking some 50s. We've got some low 60s, depending on what you like. St. George will make it back to 80, and they don't stop the warming there. 7-day shows that 87 on Saturday. Dry conditions with more cloud cover. Temperatures do take a tumble as we get a series of fronts that will bring in cooler air as we get through the weekend. I showed you, we jostle a little bit there. Looking good Friday, changes Saturday, more cloud cover Sunday. The winds will be kicking around, and then we get that chance of wet weather Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. Whew, those temperatures dipping back into the 40s. This is that time where we ride that spring temperature roller coaster. Glenn, over to you.
Yep, up, down, and all